was ready.
I wasn't.
All right.
When I said, hey, whenever you're ready, I meant wait for me, and then I'll tell you when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready. I'm not ready.
I'm not ready either.
I'm also ready.
Oh, I just don't think I can do it.
Yeah, well, so what else do you want to talk about? Mercury in retrograde, or
Is it? Yeah, it probably is. That's
Sure.
the thing.
even if it's not, no one knows when we recorded this.
Well, it makes sense that we're talking about Shakespeare a lot because when I'm doing my Oatmeal Stout episode, I was trying to wax poetic because I knew I was doing pairing for the poet.
Did you know this was going to happen?
No, but like there aren't a lot of
Not anymore.
there really aren't a lot of solid oatmeal stouts to grab.
Like 7 years ago, you couldn't walk past an oatmeal stout. Well, you could, but there were a lot of them, is what I'm trying to say.
I got you. But yeah, no, it's a good one to pair a movie with. You know, there's a lot of
It's true.
interpretation there.
What are you pairing the poet with? The Birds? Birdemic?
No, I went with Leviathan, which is a documentary about commercial fishing boats.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of sadness coming up soon in this story.
It's a really atypical, it's not a narrative kind of movie. It's a lot of just weird ambiance kind of movie. It's like a movie that is kind of like a poem.
What are they fishing?
Whatever. Commercial fishermen, they catch a lot of stuff.
So it's not one boat, they go boat to boat?
No, it's one boat, but I don't remember, like
They just-
crabs or something. I don't remember.
Just crabs or something. I just assumed that when commercial boats go out to fish, they are fishing for maybe one or two or a couple of things, not just we'll cast in a net into the ocean and pull out, I don't know, there's some sea turtles, an immortal jellyfish, which does exist, cod, crabs, whatever. Okay,
I mean,
well, that's fine.
that's how you do it, I guess, but
No, I fish with dynamite. I mean, I'm a real American. Okay, so what did you pair the poet with?
Leviathan.
And what is the Leviathan? It's about that. Is there anything else? Is there a narrator? Is it just kind of a sad thing?
It is a documentary that has no relevant dialogue.
Cool.
It is like an experiential documentary.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Is it?
It's very unique as far as documentaries go.
I would hope so. Okay. Leviathan. That makes me upset because I like the word Leviathan. And that puts a negative connotation on it. But hey,
No, it's a good movie.
you're right. You've convinced me. Boy, am I out of line. What are we doing here? Oatmeal stouts?
Oatmeal stouts.
Love it. By love it, I mean I love stouts. Can I ask you a question?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, what's your question?
No, it's passed. We'll just sit here and slowly, uncomfortably drink our oatmeal stouts, staring at each other like some sort of lighthouse.
What?
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 And I fucked it up.
I was wondering how long you could do this.
I couldn't do it for too long and spilled my beer.
What? Here's my question. You are halfway to a great lighthouse beard, so here's my question. Oatmeal stouts. I will always drink them. They're delicious.
Yeah.
But when my mind, when I think of stout, I immediately go to Guinness or Murphy's. When I think stout, I think Irish stout.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I grew up on, working Irish pub. Got
Sure.
it. But even if I do that, like, is there, to me, I can't delineate a difference between like an American stout, an American or like an American style imperial stout, and an oatmeal stout. I don't know that the oatmeal adds anything noticeable. Does it add mouthfeel? Yes, and head and frothiness and kind of thickness, sure. But
That's the main
that's
thing, I
not
think.
that's not something that I've ever been like, I need the oatmeal stouts.
It adds health benefits,
Does it?
according to
Whom? The lighthouse?
people that made oatmeal stouts.
Okay. Whoa.
Back in the day.
This is interesting.
Yeah, like they were trying to differentiate themselves from other stouts. They did that with milk stouts too, I feel like. But they were like, this one's got oatmeal in it, which
It's
makes
whole
it,
grain.
which makes it healthy.
By the way, here's the thing. If it gets you drunk, it's not healthy. There are some things that are worse for you than other boozy things. But if you want to be healthy, there isn't a booze that you're going to be like, this is the one. I'm negative calories. There isn't some sort of alcoholic celery out there.
No, the thing I read said that they used to say that oatmeal stouts were particularly good for invalids.
I'm sorry. One, we're still using that term.
Well,
and
we
two,
were.
And two, how? And also, what is the definition of that? Is that someone who is, like, we're not talking like a paraplegic or a quadriplegic.
No.
An invalid just being like someone who's handicapped?
Like, I don't know, my back hurts. Give me an oatmeal stout.
Boy, I remember going to my PTs. It's going like, hey, look, I got a little tweak in my hammy. And they go, I'll send you 40 cc's of oatmeal stout.
Yeah.
Just rub that on your inner stomach and you'll be fine. Really interesting. When was this? 1854?
I mean, late 1800s, I think.
Oh,
Like,
it was literally,
before-
okay.
It was when,
This
stouts
wasn't
and
like-
porters were a big thing.
This wasn't the early 2000s when people were like, I have a health tonic for you. It's oatmeal stout. Survive the recession with Schlafly oatmeal stout. No, it's a style I've always enjoyed. I've just never quite really understood. Is where I come out.
Yeah, I think the main difference is in the mouthfeel, which is kind of weird.
Oh, keep going. I'm for Belgium. Let's do it. No, I like it. It's delicious. I would agree with you. It adds the mouthfeel and the texture.
I think that's.
I don't think it adds
most of it.
flavor.
No, I don't think so either. Really, like, it's already a stout. It's already rich and roasty.
Yeah. I almost want. That's why I like Guinness and Murphy's, and before it went away in the States, Beamish, so much, is because I get all that roasty, delicious goodness, but with, this is gonna sound weird, but with a lightness.
Yeah.
It's more light and more the nitro and all that, but even the alcohol and the flavor and the mouthfeel, it is lighter than this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like this, but after like one or two of these, I'm just like, I'm palate fatigued.
Yeah.
Whereas Guinness, I could drink that all goddamn night. But I'm in the minority, so I kind of come now to.
Are you in the minority? I feel like Guinness is a pretty popular beverage.
I think it's a popular beverage, but it's in terms of I could drink it all night.
Yeah.
You still have a very large portion of the general population saying it's so heavy, it's like a turkey dinner. Oh my god! I don't know why I went SoCal girl on that, but it's so heavy. Realistically, it's not calorie, booze, or taste. It's just big flavor. This I enjoy. I like.
It's hefty. It's filling.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if I had a choice between this oatmeal stout or say it doesn't exist anymore, but the Buffalo Sweat from Tallgrass, which was like 5.5,
Yeah.
little lactoate, like I'd rather have that. I'd rather have a smoother, less carb one. That being said, we were drinking the New Holland Poet, and this is an excellent example.
Did we not mention that at all yet?
We mentioned that there was a bird on it in the Poet, but it was New Holland Poet. It's 5.8% to Michigan on the southwestern shore, southwestern part of Michigan on the Michigan shore. It's great. They make excellent beer. They're an old school craft brewery, but I love them.
There's not a lot of New Holland in the area anymore.
It's a shame too.
These are hard to find. Like, not many places even have the Poet anymore. It's all Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
And Dragon's Milk variants.
And don't get me wrong, I enjoy the local, like, drink local. We're going to do the things that's fresher and more everything else because, yeah, there's nothing more disappointing than getting a 6-pack of Odell or New Holland or Founders and it's old.
Yeah.
I get it. So the newer stuff, the more local stuff will be more fresh more often. But there are some solid breweries. Great Divide, Odell, New Holland, Founders. I'm trying to think of the big old school ones.
Sierra Nevada,
like
Lagunitas
before it went away, like Bear Republic.
Yeah.
Things like that. There's some great ones where I would love to have those available all the time, but the problem is I know them, I love them, but I maybe buy them once or twice a year. And that's why they're not here. And I get it. But New Holland is great. So there's a rumor that I might be going up to this area for vacation next summer. And we're going to be like 20 miles away. This will be a brewery I absolutely hit because it's killer. It's just unfortunately they kind of reached that cap. So
I think New Belgium is owned by like PBR, right? Isn't Pabst own
New Belgian?
New Holland. Isn't New Holland in that?
Pabst? Do they own? Does Pabst own part of New Holland?
I think so.
If this is a case, this is news. This is breaking, guys. Tune in on this podcast 9 weeks from whenever this is recorded.
I don't think this is new.
Founders is owned by someplace in Spain. New Belgium's owned by someplace else. And I don't know about New Holland.
Here's an article about it, but it doesn't have a date.
Cool.
So I don't know when this happened.
But they are owned partially by Pabst?
Enter a long-term partnership agreement with Pabst Brewing Company beginning in early 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Is that for a brewing partnership or partial ownership? Give me the deets. What does the FEC say? By the way, the FEC. The SEC or the FCC? Tell me more.
The deal does not give Pabst equity stake or put and call options.
Put or call options. Stacked.
Does
stock
not include
options.
ownership transfer plans. It does, however, allow Pabst to sell all of New Holland's beers to wholesalers nationwide as part of the brewery's high-end portfolio.
Okay, so
It's like 10 Barrel and AB.
It is a contract. It is 10 Barrel's owned by AB, but it is a contract brewing brand optioning thing, but they don't own any equity in New Holland, so it gives them distribution reach without sacrificing ownership of the brewery. Which, as long as the quality of the beer is maintained, what the fuck do I care?
Yeah,
It's available in more places, fresher, more often. Great.
sounds good.
So, as far as the Oatmeal Stout, love the style. I'll do it at any time. It's not traditionally something I'll go for.
Yeah,
But if, like, today, you're like, when we're preparing for this one, let's do an Oatmeal Stout. Cool. Like, yeah, I'll go look for one. And when I found this one, I was like, oh, goddamn, the poet. That's right. Really, I was kind of excited to drink this. But at no point over the past 2 years have I ever gone like, I need the poet.
yeah.
So, that's kind of where I'm at.
You ever make an oatmeal stout?
No. One, because, again, I didn't really have that drive. It didn't have enough of a... I couldn't hang my hat on anything on it that I was like, yeah, I want this.
Yeah.
I would prefer either to go a full imperial stout or like an Irish or something else.
Yeah, like I said, the oats just seem like they lend in a creamy mouthfeel. Like they use oats in a lot of hazy IPAs now.
I never made a stout with flaked oats, but I did make stouts with malted oats, which look like... Do you ever see the movie A Bug's Life?
Yeah.
Those like pieces of grain that they're carrying around, like the grasshoppers wanted, like, well, this is for you, and they'd like offer up a sacrifice, like that hilarious cartoony thing.
Yeah.
That's what malted oat looks like. This like weird. It looks like a grain of rice, except it's like
Does it have a little sprout?
It wasn't. It was malted, but you couldn't see a sprout. But it was a comic book version of a grain. It was just very large.
Yeah.
And those were amazing because you could brew with those. They were big enough where they could provide a nice barrier when you're mashing through to provide filtration, whereas the flaked oats would turn into they would gelatinize.
Oh, like the wheat does? Like
Yeah, they become
turn
very
gunk.
sticky, and it would just be, it's ugly.
Yeah.
But malted oats are available now, and they're great to brew with. I
Do the same thing?
Yeah, and it's a little more nuanced flavor. That's great, but when you get into the stouts, you brew a stout. I could brew an oatmeal stout, or I could brew something off the wall and add flavors to it. So you kind of go very simple or very bonkers. And so it's fine. It's just not something I ever focused on.
Yeah.
So,
It seems like a lot of people agree with you because, there's not a ton of them.
There's nothing wrong with it. But, hey, I'll drink it. Got 4 more in the fridge. Got 4 more in the fridge and 1 in the hole. I'm trying to do the regulators, but I can't, so. That's it.
Yeah, the Schlafly Oatmeal Stout is one of my
It's good.
favorite Schlafly beers, I'd say. That's not saying a lot, but that's a good one.
I feel like there were other...
Their coffee stout's better.
Yeah. That's true. And that's always the thing. Normally when there's an oatmeal stout, there's another variant that is just better.
But yeah, I don't know who else makes one. Like Maplewood makes that one, but I think it's got like vanilla or something.
And that's the thing. There's always usually an adjunct on top of it.
Yeah.
No, if this was 6 years ago, I'd be like, these guys make a good one, and these guys make a good one. But it is a arcane style at this point. Which, again, fine. But, boy, it's not... I had forgotten about the style until you brought it up.
Oh, what's the Doesn't Four Hands make that? Isn't cast iron and oatmeal brown?
It's an oatmeal brown. Kind of same thing. Like great brown ale. But the oatmeal doesn't draw me towards it.
No, it doesn't really seem to do much.
I would much rather have, boy, if I could get Newcastle brown in a can on the light side, boy, that'd be nice. But I can't.
Yeah, good luck.
But instead I get a Silver Life brown because it's 9,000 times better. But I don't know that there is an oat in there, but they don't advertise it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I couldn't tell you if a beer has oats or not. Couldn't tell you unless they tell me. So, the end.
Sweet. It was a lot of good homebrew tips on that one, right?
Yeah. Felt like I repeated myself, but whatever. No one listens to this for actual knowledge.
You don't think so? We're not educating the masses?
Not yet.
By masses, I mean like three people. But right on. I mean, if that's all there is to say,
I don't know.
well, we can make shit up, I guess.
Yeah. Did you know oatmeal spelled backward is Liamtau?
That's pretty good. Did you know
Pretty good.
that drinking oatmeal stouts can cure your invalidism?
I didn't.
Is that a word even?
Did you know that laudanum is a perfect medicine with no drawbacks?
I actually did know that.
Oh, okay. Let's keep talking. If I wanted to get rid of a body, who would I go to in Deadwood?
I mean, you'd go to Mr. Wu, obviously.
Any reason? Does he have certain livestock? Birds, perhaps? Cows, buffalo, bison, pigs?
Pigs. You got some swine.
Some...
Did you watch that Deadwood movie?
I did.
I liked it. I was a fan. It just made me want to watch more fucking Deadwood, though.
By the way,
like 2 hours? That's all you're gonna give me?
It was the perfect Deadwood movie because it was like, I love every second of this, and yet it answered zero questions.
Yeah. What happened in that movie? Not much.
Yeah. What happened? Hey, did they resolve things with Hearst? Nope.
Not really. If anything, things got worse.
Yeah. Was Seth Bullock still living with his brother's wife? Sure. Was Saul Starr there? Probably.
He was around.
Yeah. Hey, where was Powers Booth? Cy Tolliver.
Well,
the one guy they couldn't get because he's dead.
I think there were a couple guys that died. I think the dude that played Richardson died too.
Richardson? Who's Richardson?
He was the weirdo bearded guy that worked at the hotel.
Oh, the old man?
The old man.
Oh, well, yeah. I gotta be honest with you.
Worship the antlers.
The antlers. I gotta be honest with you. Sure. He did.
Yeah.
Did you notice how that guy from Dune, the doctor, I was like, he's like 15 years older now, and yet he looks exactly as old.
Oh, yeah. I was just glad that Brad Dourif was in it because
Yeah,
at the end of season 3, he's like coughing up blood, and you're like, oh, that's not good.
I love how, good point.
But I guess they're just like, hey, he got better.
It's 12 years later, and as we all know, tuberculosis in the late 1800s just kind of fades.
Yeah, whatever.
Did we see?
I was glad to see him. So,
what happened to the priest with the seizures? Did he die in the show?
He didn't make it past season 1.
Oh.
Yeah, he.
No, wait, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was out in the first season.
God, I mean, there's so many cans of peaches. It's tough to tell.
A lot of people on that show, man.
Damn.
And every one of them is awesome, and every one of them says cocksucker a lot.
Well, one guy in particular,
Yeah.
Mr. Wu, who also is absolutely not from Japan or anywhere else. Do you hear that guy talking behind the scenes? The actor who plays Wu? He's like, yeah, man, I'm from San Francisco. I don't know what the fuck. This is really weird.
It's fun, though.
It's great.
It's easy to learn my lines.
He's like, I don't know, man. I got a British guy yelling at me like I'm from fucking the Orient. I'm from Mission. Like, it's like, he's like, speak fucking Oriental. And he's like, yeah, I don't know Japanese. That's the other thing. It's not only that he's like of like Japanese or Chinese heritage. I can't remember which one exactly, but he's like also, I don't speak the fucking languages. He's like, everything. I had to learn that line just like anyone else would have.
That's funny.
Because I didn't speak that shit. Good man. Guess I'll let
Oatmeal Stouts.
Oatmeal Stouts. OATMEL. Nope.
So close.
ATMEAL STOUT.